Hai, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To Dr. HABIBUR RAHMAN. My name is Muhammad Ashraf bin Anwar, metric number 054542, and I am Bachelor Business Administration.
Hi, my name is Akmal Hazi Ibu Rosli. My matrix number is 054657. I'm from BBA Risk Management and TAKAFUL Semester 4.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Shamila binti Abdul Majid. My matrix number is 054595 and I'm from program Bachelor in Risk Management and TAKAFUL.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Irsyad bin Muhammad Jamil. I am from Bachelor Business Administration in Risk Management in TAKAFUL Semester 4 and my matric number is 054669. So, we are from Group 1 and we will present about transparency issues in corporate governance of Malaysian companies. The Asian financial crisis, which began in 1997, was triggered in part by Japan's prolonged position in the early 1990s, which had a negative impact on the output of many Asian economies including Malaysia. It is widely assumed that lack of sound corporate governance was poor corporate governance, weak investor relations, a low level of transparency in disclosing information by companies listed on the Bursa Malaysia, or formerly known as Kuala Lumpur Stock Exchange, and the ineffectiveness of regulatory agencies in enforcing legislation, in punishing offenders and protecting minority shareholders are all partly blamed as reasons attributing to the collapse of several Malaysian companies. According to Graham, minority shareholders bear the brunt of weak corporate governance, which is particularly true in emerging markets like Malaysia. Lee 2003 cites KPMG and The Age, finding that only 75 of the over 800 companies listed on the BMB, then 10% as of 31 December 2002, offered a positive economic return.
Now, we go to the problem statement. What are the problem statements in this report? First, poor governance is a reason. They're attributing to the collapse of several companies in Malaysia. Secondly, is a high-profile cases of financial shenanigans attribute to the misrepresent of true financial performance. Both of the statements are clearly state what I will discuss on it.
The objective and purpose of this topic, which is corporate governance, transparency and performance of Malaysian companies, is firstly, recognizing the importance of corporate governance in Malaysian companies and disclosure adequacy. It is vital to have a study and research focusing on developing a framework and benchmarking corporate governance practices among Malaysian companies. Hence, this study also attempts to find out whether good corporate governance practices have a positive relationship with the 746 timelines of the reporting, level of disclosure as well as company's performance. Okay, so what we can findings out from this study is a very important to regulators, investor, academics and others who contain a good corporate governance of Malaysian companies.
For treasury review part is, as you know, that the board of directors is an integral part of internal governance because it allows for the resolution of agency issues that arise in the management of any organization. So the governing body has the authority to recruit, dismiss and pay top level. As well as to ratify agreement and keep an eye on crucial decision. So both The agency and the board of directors call for the independence of the board of directors theory as well as resource dependency theory found that the more non-executive directors in a team and organization is better. So the concept of agency theory is due to executive directors' opportunistic behavior, non-executive directors still need on boards to track and regulate their acts.
Alright, for finding in this research is economic performance would be harmed since many attractive business opportunities would be overlooked and temporary financial issues at individual company would swiftly spread to other companies, employees and customers. Right, so the preceding explanation lays a foundation for the claim that effective corporate governance practices and business performance are linked. This is in line with the agency hypothesis, which states that excellent governance policies give better oversight protection to shareholders, in resulting in improved business performance. Right, after that is about the hypothesis. The preceding discussion leads to the hypothesis. For the hypothesis one is other things being equal, stronger internal governance mechanism leads to significant higher firm performance. And second hypothesis is other things being equal, higher foreign ownership and higher debt financing lead to significant higher in firm performance. And third hypothesis is other things being equal, higher audit quality leads to significant higher firm performance.
Next, I will continue the presentation about findings. So, my part is research methodology. For the sample selection as of December 31, 2002, there was 868 companies listed on the BMB. 75 of these companies met the KPMG and the age requirements for inclusion in the top 70 listed companies based on shareholder value generation. To compare with the remaining listed companies were chosen to have the same number of control companies as the respective companies set, balanced by size and sector on a 1-to-1 basis. For the data collection, the study's data is divided into two categories, which is dependent and independent variables. Tobin's Q represents the dependent variables. The annual report provides information on net assets, shareholder equity, number of ordinary shares, total debts, and total liabilities. Next is measurements. There are 6 variables that have been measured in these studies. First is economic profit, as described by D, encompasses 3 aspects of business economics that contribute to shareholders' value. Second is audit quality. Despite the fact that a variety of variables have been studied to represent audit efficiency. Third is disclosure index. The current study's disclosure index reporting model is focused on factors found in national and international best practice guidelines as well as other research studies. Fourth is timeliness. According to BMB's revamped listing requirements, listed companies must file annual reports within 6 months of the end of the financial year of the listed issuer. Furthermore, business must file interim reports, that is quarterly reports. Fifth is Tobin's Q. In this analysis, Tobin's Q is used as a proxy for market return. And last but not least is statistical analysis. The statistical package for social science version 12.0 was used to analyze all of the results.
So we go to the discussion on this topic. Looks into how corporate governance in Malaysian companies measure such as a weak disclosure, late reporting, and inadequate debt management. It means it may have triggered which is a red flag among stakeholders, resulting in increased scrutiny that could help debt holders and equity holders save money on agency charge. And the second is investigate the governance mechanism, financing strategies, audit quality, disclosure, and timelines that may determine the good from the bad performance companies. And the number 3 is findings reveal that debt to asset ratio under audit quality. This shows that external audit are an important, very important for governance instruments for creditors, particularly in ensuring that high debt to income companies practice proper debt management. Okay, and the number 4 is the problem of transparency concerns stakeholders' views on the utility of annual reports. So the stakeholders' view on the utility of annual reports and other sources for company information. And according to the conclusions of the study is there is no link between corporate governance elements and transparency, and there is also no link between openness and accountability.
Then we go to the critical analysis. What are the critical analysis in this discussion? Firstly, companies need to engage in CSR and enhance corporate transparency. Secondly, companies need to reveal financial information broadly regarding to the corporate profitability. Thirdly, companies need to have positive relation with the investor and shareholders. And last but not least is companies need to contribute socially in order to increase corporate profit and value on the stock market and preserve their future sustainability. In conclusion, what we gain from this discussion are corporate governance is the important for the listed companies in Malaysia. Furthermore, greater transparency in disclosure is essential for the effectiveness financial reporting and oversight. And the last, improving transparency is the key for the success corporate governance in the future. Thank you.